Over 20 or 30 years, even small mistakes can really start to drain down everything you worked for, and it does it quietly. There are some common areas that can cause retirement budgets to break down, and we're going to talk about them. Number one, you need a clear withdrawal strategy. And the issue is people don't have them. When you're saving for retirement, that's only half the equation. How you take money out matters just as much as putting money in. Many retirees withdraw too much too early or without a structured income plan. Now, I'm not saying you don't spend money in retirement and that save money so you have tons of money at age 100. What I am saying is we need to know that the long-term consequences from short-term decisions. 30 years from now, are the decisions I'm making today going to hurt me? By the way, if you're wondering how to build a retirement withdrawal strategy, or maybe you've heard of the rule of 4%, we posted a video called The 4% Rule. Does it still work? You can click on the link or just go to our channel here and look it up, but it'll help you understand, does it still work today? The fail that people experience now is without structure, money disappears faster than expected. And even a strong portfolio can break down pretty quickly without a sustainable withdrawal strategy. Fail number 2, overspending early and underestimating overall. A study found that while 55% of pre-retirees expected lower spending, many retirees actually spend the same or more than they did while they're working, particularly in these early years. Travel, hobbies, lifestyles, and in a lot of people, gifting to grandkids and spending money now that you have time with them can increase spending in the go-go years. Those first years, I'm healthy, I'm vibrant, I'm retired, I want to do all these things, and yet I still have the same home bills. So rather than going to work every day, you go spending and traveling, which is great, it's beautiful, but it's not the same as what you're spending while you're working. So understand that that's an issue. That is the fail people do. They start with unrealistic expectations, and spending heavily early can create a gap that compounds over time. Fail number 3, healthcare and unexpected expenses. Healthcare is one of the biggest retirement expenses and one of the most underestimated. The average retired couple, they may need $300,000 plus for healthcare alone in retirement. Nearly 2/3 of people underestimate these costs. Meanwhile, life doesn't stop just because you're retired. Things like home repairs, car repairs, replacements, or helping a family member are really examples of life's irregular costs that oftentimes are forgot to be included in the plan. I had one client who said this, the only constant thing are my variable expenses, which is a nerdy way of saying crap happens all the time, life happens all the time, and I have to constantly pay for these things. My garage door broke. We had this go wrong. A tree came down in the yard. I got to pay to have it removed. These things keep happening, and yet we pretend in a budget standpoint like I have just these fixed expenses and nothing else. Expenses happen all the time. They happen to us, and they're not built in. So the fail here is that it only takes a few large unplanned expenses to derail an otherwise pretty solid budget, but yet we know they're going to happen. We need to plan for them. Fail number 4, ignoring inflation. We all talk about inflation, and inflation quietly reduces your purchasing power over time. We know that. Even moderate inflation can significantly erode retirement income over your decades. However, when we talk about inflating expenses and building it into a retirement plan and what your after-tax return is and your inflation-adjusted return to your portfolio, these are kind of technical ways of saying, how far does your money spend? What can you get out of it? And how does your market growth actually reflect in your real life? The fail here is that what works today will not work 20 years from now. You will get inflation on your Social Security as long as they keep paying it. But what if you have pensions that don't inflate? How much do I need to inflate my withdrawal strategy? How much do I need to inflate my cost of living? What if there's tiered things? Well, at 65, my Medicare kicks in. At 70, I'm going to have to start taking these RMDs. There's things that happen and life keeps getting more expensive. And yet we treat it like it's incremental. It's not incremental. When you look at an inflation chart, what it does to a retirement budget over the years, it can drastically change. And people talk about it, but they don't adequately prepare for it. Fail number 5, not planning for a long life. Listen, people are living longer than ever, and many people underestimate how long their retirement will last. I have people who come in with a wide range of comments. I had one guy who said, listen, if I make it to 75, I win, but my wife, you're going to have to deal with her till she's 95 because they live forever in her family. And yet here they are, they're both almost 80 and they're still both kicking and living well. The typical 65-year-old may need to fund 20 to 30 years of retirement. And yet we talk about it like we're all going to be dead at 80. It is more and more common to see a couple make it to 80 and to see someone make it to 90, if not even higher than that. My grandpa is 96 right now, and he's still doing pretty well for 96. He's got stuff going on, but he's 96. He should. People are living longer and longer, and yet if you build a 10 to 15-year retirement and you outlive it, that's going to be a problem. The fail here is the longer you live, the longer your money needs to last, and many plans simply don't account for the extra time. Fail number 6 is the failure to adjust along the way. Retirement is not static. Your budget shouldn't be either. Expenses change, markets change, life changes, health changes, families change. All of these things are constantly moving. We live in a very dynamic world with very dynamic finances and dynamic needs. And yet we set our plan and forget it. And we have this static approach, this approach that just says, I've always done it this way, I'll always do it that way. And then something happens. Do we have a dynamic plan that adjusts for us? That's not built for the financial industry. It's not built for your advisor. It's built for your family. When we need money, when we need changes, when we need stuff, how does it get done? The fail here is a set it and forget it mentality. That approach, it becomes outdated pretty quickly as expenses and markets change, leaving you really exposed to risk over time. Retirement budgets usually don't fail from one big mistake. They fail when assumptions do not match reality and small gaps that compound over decades. If you want to ensure that your plan, your budget, your retirement will hold up in the real world, we can help you build your own retirement game plan. Just go to our website, michigansretirementcoach.com, or click on the links we've posted here.